Even though I'm a felon, even though I am a recovering addict, I'm so much more than my past record. I am a YouTuber, a prison reform activist, and a mother. The last time I was arrested, I was 23 years old. Shortly after I was arrested, I found out I was pregnant. Being a pregnant woman in jail and then prison was very difficult. I was denied access to clean water. I was denied access to prenatal vitamins, and I had very little help when it came to the psychology and the mental health surrounding my substance use disorder. I gave birth to my daughter in prison. I can't call my mom, I can't call my family, I can't call anyone and tell them I'm in labor because it's a security risk, and I sit there in active labor alone, bleeding everywhere for almost 3 hours. Shortly after she was born, I was chained to the bed. That is a security measure that prisons have to enforce no matter what is happening. If you were taken to a hospital, you have to be handcuffed, shackled, or chained. I had reached a breaking point 2 days after my daughter was born, and she was taken out of my arms, placed in foster care, and I was sent back to prison. It was so traumatic that I was unable to speak. I got out of prison when I was 25 or 26. There are so many misconceptions surrounding prison in general, but when you are a mother in prison, many people believe that you will not regain custody of your children. I literally had to fight just to be Micah's mother. It was a very long process that spanned over the course of a year and a half. Nothing about it was easy. That judge said, "You need an apartment. The lease has to be in your name." Huge disadvantage for me because I'm a felon, and in the South, in a lot of states, they don't want to rent to felons. And once I was able to get custody of my daughter, I realized that there's so many other women in prison that are going through what I went through. And that is where my passion for reform began. I started to study the mind and take therapy, and I now have my bachelor's degree in correctional program support services. I believe that success means that you're not defined by your past, nor are you willing to give up when you face that obstacle. Doesn't matter how many times you fall down or how many employers tell you no, how many landlords tell you no, because you will face that as a felon. I will find another way, another job, another apartment, or another avenue to make sure that I'm staying out of that criminal world. Sharing all of the negative things that can happen in one's life on the internet does come with hesitancy or shame or guilt or fear that people will judge you and put you down. About 3 months into my YouTube career, I was receiving death threats, I was receiving bad mail, emails, DMs. I've had to learn over time to know that I'm sharing my story for a reason. Women are getting locked up more and more frequently, and a lot of people are unaware of what goes on behind those walls. I feel as though prisoners are ghosts, but that is a very real community of very strong women that are going through the most traumatic things you could ever imagine in prison. I think I want to be a voice for women in prison and felons in general and those that struggle with mental health and addiction. I just want everyone to know that you can be a good mother even though you have some kind of mental illness, a past history of drug abuse. You can be a successful felon and mother all at once.